Oh, hello. My name is Matthew.
And I'm Jessie.
And what follows is a loosely strung together narrative of our honeymoon here in St. Lucia.
St. Lucia. So we booked our stay with Jade Mountain Resort, an extremely high-end 5-star resort that's ecologically built to work with the rainforest surroundings. We ended up missing our flight to St. Lucia.
So we were stranded, yeah.
Okay, so we're here.
We're in Jamaica, Queens.
It was a really rough morning. We were both
Devastated.
thought we were losing an entire day in paradise.
And then we got proactive about it and decided, hey, let's call Jade Mountain, see what they can do for us. They were willing to work with us. Then we called American Airlines.
And as it worked out, we were able to find basically the exact same flights a day later and for cheaper.
And one of them is first class.
And we get the added bonus of our last night being at a different resort.
So we don't have to go very far. We get the amount of time we were trying to get in St. Lucia, and we even get a little change of scenery. So when we first landed here in St. Lucia, we immediately jumped off of the airplane and hopped into a helicopter, which was Jessie and I's first experience ever riding one. It was absolutely incredible, and it reduced our travel time from the airport to Jade Mountain by almost an hour.
As we were flying over the volcano, you could smell the rotten egg sulfur smell, and that was just great. But it gave us a sense of grandness to see the whole island and to see the Piton Mountains from above. I felt like we were arriving at Jurassic Park, honestly. It was like Isla Nublar just flying in here like a couple of scientists. It was a really cool experience. Now, once we got to Jade Mountain, we were immediately taken care of by the incredible staff there. We were greeted with a Bentley, which is now my favorite drink. It's just this delicious, limey, fruity thing. But we were greeted by our domo, Al. And a major domo is somebody who takes care of you throughout the trip. Kind of like a butler, but they're a very skilled, respected position.
And we couldn't be happier to have him assigned to us because we actually saw him on a YouTube video before we even left Los Angeles. The entire staff at Jade Mountain is absolutely incredible.
You may be like us, where asking for things doesn't come naturally. But they keep reinforcing, look, you're on vacation. Anything you need, just call us on this little phone and we'll come and do it for you. It was truly a new experience for us.
It was a humbling, incredible experience.
Part of the charm of staying at Jade Mountain is the room service. We got delicious breakfast, tea, afternoon tea, lunches, dinners delivered directly to our room. Anything we wanted throughout the day, we could request it. They would come into our room and turn down our beds, and they do it in a really kind of great way. If we were out on an excursion, they'd know it was okay to come in there and tidy things up. So we'd come back to this fresh room.
So one of the things we enjoyed the most was the Sunset Jazzy Cruise, which takes place every Thursday.
It was wonderful. On the cruise, we had amazing entertainment by this duo named Rob Z and Finesse. Rob Z was on the saxophone and he was doing all the great hits. Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls, all kinds of good things. But that saxophone, it just really takes you back to that 90s, 80s vibe. and really went well with the sunset.
Finesse lent her silky vocals to Rob Z's amazing alto sax, and the two of them just created a magical moment for everybody on board. Out of all the excursions we experienced here on the island, the Jazzy Sunset Cruise was probably my favorite. Jessie?
Well, it was amazing, no doubt. But one of my other favorite things was working with Peter over at Jade Mountain's Chocolate Lab. We did an excursion called Discover Chocolate, and basically we learned how, from bean pod to chocolate bar, chocolate was made. And I learned a lot. I didn't think I'd really learn that much, but it's really interesting. The whole process is very meticulous, takes a lot of work, and
it's absolutely delicious.
the mud bath was interesting, and it's something that locals and tourists alike do regularly. You spread the mud on your skin, and it exfoliates you, but it's also imbued with all these kind of healing minerals from the volcanic activity. So the fun part about it is you get to rub it on your partner, make little designs, and then wash it off in a natural hot spring.
The second the water hit you and the clay washed away, you could immediately tell how much softer your skin was. It was incredible.
Natural exfoliation. As part of that tour, we were then taken to this short hike to a warm waterfall. Now there's a couple of waterfalls on the island, but this one, due to being so close to the volcano, was naturally very warm. And we got to sit under it and kind of have a little moment there. It's very nice.
The waterfall was surrounded by calabash trees, which is the official tree of St. Lucia, as well as cocoa trees, which was amazing to see in the wild.
Yeah, one of the cool things was Rosamund, our guide, he lives there and he does all these nature hikes all the time. So along the way, he'd point out little things here and there. And it was just really cool to learn about all the different flora and fauna.
It took us about an hour and a half to get to Atlantic Shores horseback riding, but it was totally okay because our driver Kervin not only had a badass Toyota Blit with tinted windows and badass rims, but he was also just an incredible guy.
Yeah, it was really cool to hear where he would like to travel to and what he thought about the culture of the island. And, you know, a good conversation on a ride like that goes a really long way. So once we got to the stables, we were already feeling good. But I will say an excursion like this, horseback riding, is not for someone who's looking for a lot of luxury. You're gonna get bit by bugs, you're gonna get scratched, but you're gonna see some amazing coastal views. And if you like that kind of adventure and exertion, I mean, there's nothing like riding a horse and seeing the coast, and it kind of gave us another glimpse at a different way of life here. A lot of the industries on the island revolve around hospitality, but this kind of gave me a sense of country living and real hearty, good, salt of the earth people here. That's gonna knock us down a golden apple. There you go. Oh, I got it. Good job, sir. For those of you who like to get a little active on your vacations, I'd suggest taking the jungle biking tour. We had a great guide,
Jovan.
And he was just cracking jokes the whole time. He put us all at ease. He also had this really incredible bike shop that was built from a structure over 200 years old.
The structure used to hold insanely large amounts of molasses, which the plantation where the jungle biking is based used to produce. Jovan has been running the biking program here in St. Lucia for 18 years, and the man knows what he's doing.
Oh. No, it's me. Oh. I wasn't the right one.
So I'm more of a pina colada and Kindle guy, but Jesse likes to do a little bit of snorkeling. So let's take a quick look at the kind of wildlife you can see under the water. From the infinity pool, to the in-sanctuary massages, to the room service, to the incredible adventures offered every single day you're here. I think that Jade Mountain and its sister resort Annecy-Chastenay are absolutely a no-brainer for anybody who is looking for excitement, adventure, elegance,
Relaxation,
and absolute pampering.